So you want to get a 4G phone on Verizon, but you don't know which one to pick, and you're not quite ready to wait for the next generation phones like the Bionic to come out. Well, right now you basically have three choices. You have the HTC Thunderbolt, you have the Samsung Droid Charge, or you have the LG Revolution. So, how do you decide which one to pick? Well, you could do it this way.
Go get him, boy! Go get him!
But that's probably not the best way to do it. Luckily for me, when I was faced with this decision, I had the choice to demo all three phones and make the decision on my own. Now here's what I found out about some of the phones. The HTC Thunderbolt, this has an 8 megapixel camera, which I really liked. On the back it has a double LED flash, gives it a little more light than some of the other cameras. By far my favorite interface to use as far as getting my way around the phone. Now, some of the bad parts about the phone are it does eat through the battery pretty quick, and it didn't have an HDMI port to hook up to an external source like a television. As far as the Droid Charge goes, this has clearly the best screen. It's got the AMO LED screen on it. Fantastic display. It does have the HDMI port, and it also has the physical buttons on the bottom for the menu, home, back, and search. Some people like those hard buttons instead of the kind of the touch buttons. As far as the LG Revolution, it has a HDMI port as well. It does have a native Netflix app for streaming your Netflix movies. The other two phones do not have that available. I was told that there's no plans right now for that to be available, so right now the only 4G phone is Netflix. I'm sure it'll come to the other two phones as well, but right now it is limited to just the LG Revolution. What I don't like about this is it has a poor camera. Now, poor in the sense that it's 5 megapixels instead of 8, so it's not the end of the world, but just not as good as the other two. I also don't like, they have a tab over the HDMI port that you have to pull off to get to it. Now, so does the Droid Charge, and I don't mind that because I don't use that often, but the USB has one as well, and it feels a little flimsy, and I was afraid that if I use this phone, that might be something that after a couple of uses, I'm afraid I'm going to break that off. So the other ones just have it wide open, you don't have to get the little tab out. Okay, so from all that, it appears, from what I've said, that the Droid Charge would be the front runner for people to pick. And that is true for a lot of people. I don't know what it was for me. There's something about the Droid Charge that just didn't feel as good in my hands as did the Thunderbolt. Now, to me, it all comes down to that at the end. It's how it feels in your hand, which is why I really like the opportunity that I had to test out all three phones, because it did make a big difference. This felt good in my hand. I like the interface a little better. Yes, they're all running the Android operating system. I believe they're all 2.2 Froyo, but they all have little different flavors to them. Some you go up and down, some you go left and right. I just liked the way the HTC Thunderbolt felt in my hands. And, you know, what the heck, it also has the cool little kickstand for watching movies sideways or just standing the phone up as well. So, hey, that's a cool little feature. As for the battery on this phone, it was no surprise to me that the battery went quick. I'm coming from an iPhone, so that my iPhone chewed through the battery pretty quick anyway. I keep it charged when I'm sitting at my desk. I keep it charged when I'm in the car. I keep it charged. So occasionally it'll run into be a problem for me, but usually the battery, I don't like it, but it hasn't been a showstopper for me. So there you have it. You know, I went with the HTC Thunderbolt, and this is going to be my phone of choice. That is until the Bionic comes out.